Shalom Aleichem. Today I'm finna bring a little excerpt out this book, W.E.B. Du Bois, okay, a reader. It's on page 606, okay, and the topic is going to be about Mystery Babylon, okay. A lot of people claim Mystery Babylon to be Catholic Church. Some say it's America. Some say it's even Jerusalem, okay, which it's hard for me to believe, but we just gonna read what W.E.B. Du Bois say about it, because me and my brothers believe it's a world system, okay? And W.E.B. Du Bois backs up what we believe, okay? As do most political economists and revolutionaries who have ever lived, okay? Which Revelations was written by a revolutionary, okay? While he was locked up, okay? Now, just your average Hebrew out here today, most of them walk on the streets for being Hebrews. These so-called Israelites and Christians was locked up for whatever they was doing. So if you're not even being threatened by that, I would rethink if you even a Christian as they were in those times, because most of the apostles died, jailed, etc., etc., because they were doing something. And what they were doing was fighting against what we about to read, which I don't see not even 2% of these so-called Israelites doing in this day and age, okay? So with that, let me just read this, y'all. This is out of W.E.B. Du Bois, page 606 in the Reader, okay? It says, the dark and vast sea of human labor, meaning the amount of the human workforce in these countries, in China, India, South Seas, all of Africa, West Indies, Central America, the United States, the great majority of mankind, on whose bent and broken backs rest today the founding stones of modern industry. Okay? The vast majority of the working classes who built this modern society and the way it's set up, this modern industry, okay? They all share a common destiny. It is despised and rejected by race and color. Also, they are paid a wage below the level of decent living. And that's what your minimum wage is set upon. It's set upon the minimum wage to get by day to day. That's what they set the minimum wage on. Well, $8 an hour will they set it at just the point where people won't throw a revolution or go into revolt. They pacify you, okay, to keep your butt asleep, okay. Let me keep reading. They are driven, beaten, prisoned, enslaved in all but name, spawning the world's raw material and luxury. Okay, so this labor, this working class, spawned the world's luxuries. Okay, not the rich class. Okay, the working class. Okay, let me keep reading. They produce cotton, wool, coffee, tea, coca, palm oil, fiber, spices, rubber, silks, lumber, copper, gold, diamonds, leather. How shall we end the list and where? Says W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay, now if you read Revelation 18 or Revelation 17, Mystery Babylon is decked in gold and precious jewels. All the merchants of the earth mourn because of her destruction in Revelation 18. Now, people who say it's the Catholic Church, why would the merchants be mourning over the destruction of the Catholic Church? That just don't make sense. Why wouldn't your modern day Catholic, your average poor peasant Catholic, mourn over the destruction of the Catholic Church? And people who say Mystery Babylon's America, why wouldn't your average poor, say, troop, who most of the troops are poor, why wouldn't they be mourning America's destruction? Why do we just read in Revelation it's talking about the merchants, okay? Because the merchants are getting paid off the backs of the masses, okay? Let's keep reading. All these are gathered up, all these what? All these that I just listed, the cocoa, the tea, the coffee, the wool, all these things are gathered up at prices lowest of low. Today in the world, that's why you got all your factories from America being shipped over to Taiwan and other India, where like especially places in Asia who couldn't even, who never had nothing to eat. Now all of a sudden, a factory come over like Nike and pay these peasants $2 a day, and Nike look like the savior because they come over paying them $2 a day and now they can go out and get something to eat. As before, if Nike wouldn't have never been there, they would have been struggling to eat on their own. Okay, but Nike comes in and pays these brothers $2 an hour instead of coming to America and paying them 10. So just look at the bounce back on that kind of investment. You invest $2 per 60 shoes made an hour, okay, and you selling these shoes for $150 instead of paying somebody over here $10 an hour to make the same. Okay, so of course you're gonna exploit these, even though you would still be exploiting the $10 an hour, but you getting even more in depth in exploitation when you go and take it overseas, and that's how they getting this for the lowest of low prices. It says manufactured, transformed, and transported at fabulous gain. All this merchandise is basically getting the people fabulous gain, okay, in all these cities. But the people live in the cities, okay. And the resulting wealth is distributed and displayed and made the basis of world power, okay, and universal dominion. So all this merchandise is causing this world in specific to be in specific I'm talking about a lot of these nations to become world powers, okay, because of this exploitation, okay. It says, and the resulting wealth is distributed and displayed and made the basis of world power and universal dominion and armed arrogance in London, Paris, Berlin, Rome, New York, Rio de Janeiro. Basically, just to name a few. Okay, so basically, dang, my kid's knocking at the door. Hold on. Lost my train of thought. So basically, all these countries are getting rich off the backs of the oppressed. Okay, and Christ came to fight for the oppressed. Okay, which I don't see none of these Negroes doing today. None of them. Okay, that's what y'all need to start doing. Stop acting like you're religious and holier than thou, and start fighting against the evils that's perpetuating things in this earth, okay, which is this system, exploiting people. Nobody's fighting against exploitation. Who is bringing relief to these people? We got to continue to fight Babylon. And when I say fight, I don't mean pick up a gun. I mean fight as in do things opposite of this system, okay? And Babylon will eventually fall, okay? Because most people say America, Babylon, but you talk to a Jamaican will tell you he in Babylon. You go to England, somebody in England will tell you they in Babylon, okay? And Babylon ain't no just Catholic church like most people. Well, it's just a Catholic church because people look at the Bible like it's just a religious book, so it got to deal with religion. No, when you read the Bible, they dealing with kings, rulers, okay, economics, capital, okay. With that said, shalom, man.